tried it. You say you love me like you love him, you lying.
It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports, and we'll see Christian Watson. There were no answers for him a week ago, going well over 100 yards with several stops in the end zone.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And there's a word that constantly gets thrown around with this guy when you talk to anyone in the building. Potential. They're sky high on what they believe he can grow into in the role of a starting quarterback. In addition, there are plenty around the league who think that as well. And years from now, he can still be leading this offense out.
First run of the game here for Dameon Pierce.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I mean, look at this Packers defense.
They've been a very good unit against the pass, defending at 5th best in the league.
And when you're getting ready to face the #1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Stroud on 3rd down now. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
1st and 10, it's Pierce. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
1st and 10, it's Stroud. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it. Here's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10, here's Stroud. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jair Alexander.
And the Packers will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, if they have any thoughts of coming in here and getting this road victory, that's not the way to start it out on the first play of the game.
Yeah, one thing you always say when you go on the road, take the crowd out of the game. They actually brought the crowd into it by permitting that sack.
And now off to the races down the right side.
He may go.
Touchdown, Packers.
Romeo Doubs.
His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Packers use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Carlson's extra point up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Offense back out there along with Dameon Pierce.
Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started. At the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints. right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season, and of course it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and boy, are they getting downfield and creating extra blocks for them.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. One incompletion, two incompletion. They're going for more.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. Taken in at the 22.
Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Let's go.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. And they get 17 more on that one and another first down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And the Texans are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
The Texans take over first and 10.
They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. Now the numbers for Pierce last week.
2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
They try to throw on second. Welcome back, everyone, to NRG Stadium in Houston. It's Texans football as we rejoin the action in quarter number 1.
Now third down and 7. Back to throw. Here's Stroud.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. So here are the Packers now to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start first and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
That one caught downfield by Watson.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait.
And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. The play action fake. They'll look to throw.
This is caught. It's Christian Watson.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
And the Packer first down.
They'll run wide side with Jones. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guys at the cornerback position.
Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. But keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It's been a tough go for him. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
They'll bring out Anders Carlson now to try the field goal.
From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
Damian Pierce taking the field with the rest of the Texans offense.
And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
They haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Stroud looking to throw.
And that's going to be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
On 2nd down, it's Stroud.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Schultz. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
This will be complete to Mechie.
So no gain on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
So they get the 3. It was 4th and 1, and I think you were doing what I was doing. I was looking down at the sideline. I'm not sure the offensive unit wanted the 3. They wanted to go for it.
But when have we ever seen a unit that didn't want to go for it in that situation, right? Sometimes it's just way more important to have the points on the board than to worry about any type of a gamble.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
That was Will Anderson getting home and finishing the play.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They'll set up a throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it up.
And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and at the 46-yard line.
Now they'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
And I believe that gain on 3rd and long changes things quite a bit, because this would be a very long field goal. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for it here.
And his kick is indeed good, and that'll bring him back within 4.
Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Packers all set to go again. That means we'll see Christian Watson
making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. They go play action here on 1st down. And his throw here is incomplete.
They certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
On play action, they'll throw.
Looking deep here for Dobbs.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he is caught. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. 1st down. Now back to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And this one is right through. And that'll open open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away.
Well, now how about this return? So we've come to halftime here with a visiting pack.
Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Green Bay about set for another series. Here comes Romeo Doubs. Good day for him so far here in the third quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards, but hey, it's the third quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence of his team because every play he makes, that means his quarterback is really feeling good about throwing the football. Guy feels like he can't throw an incomplete pass when he throws it to him right now.
Yeah, he's looked really, really sharp. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Again, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Miles. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
He'll complete this one to Watson.
Well, I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion, and defensively pure frustration. Now a play fake here on 1st down. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a 1st down. He'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line.
Will Anderson able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. And that's his 2nd sack in this one.
And you just can't ask a defensive end or an edge rusher to play any better than what we're seeing right now. And, partner, it's still just the 3rd quarter. I'm thinking he's not done yet. Even if he's not getting the sack, he's bringing a lot of pressure to the pocket.
23 yards on the play.
The deuce is wild here. 2nd down and 2 with just about 2 minutes on the clock. Jones. He is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Colby Parkinson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Carlson's extra point up and good, and the lead now up to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially. But you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Lucas Van Ness in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. Now a first down carry by Jones. Stiff-armed him. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. Back now in Houston. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the 4th quarter. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll look to throw here. This one swung out here to Jones. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. And that'll be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Under pressure, they got him again. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And here comes the Texans now. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
Stroud. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jair Alexander, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted.
He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers.
A great effort there with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year.
And the Packers are well on their way to a 5-0 start as they extend their lead. Carlson's extra point up and good.
And the lead is now 24. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
The Texans offense set to regain possession. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage, because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
They intercept Stroud again, the third time in this game.
Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw.
Got Dobbs over the middle.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Running right, Jones. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
They need 2. Here's third down.
They'll look to throw. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively, because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced the third down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced the dump off to the back. And even then, they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, You never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And the Texans set to come onto the field.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short. And he didn't get there.
So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
That one caught downfield by Watson. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Now Jones.
Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. That one looks like he'll throw here. Toward the pylon, caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Carlson on for the extra point.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Texans 6.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Houston set to take over. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
2nd and 10, here's Stroud.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down.
Lucas Van Ness,
His 2nd sack of the night. Here's Riley Dixon now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll take it at the 42. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard.
well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, They're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.